Bloodlines are being drawn in the sand. Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie have just done the unthinkable. They flat out defied the future king over cold, hard cash. The palace demanded a full financial audit to clear the family name, and the sisters locked the vault and said no. Now, an unprecedented civil war is exploding behind closed doors as the monarchy scrambles to contain the fallout. They are risking absolute exile and the loss of their royal birthrights just to keep their bank accounts hidden. What on earth could be in those records that is worth destroying their entire royal legacy over? If you want to stay ahead of the biggest royal exposés and never miss a breaking update, hit that subscribe button right now and turn on all notifications. The glamorous, jet-setting lives of Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie were never paid for by hard work. They were allegedly funded by the shadow operations of their parents. For years, the public watched in awe as the sisters traveled to the world's most exclusive resorts and wore priceless designer clothing. But behind the scenes, a much darker financial reality was brewing. Recently leaked emails from 2025 and 2026 have completely exposed the terrifying truth of how they maintained that lifestyle. The messages purportedly show their father actively discussing massive £100,000 payments for his daughters. The source of that money, a highly controversial billionaire associate. Critics are now demanding answers as to whether those massive payouts were a reward for their father using his powerful royal position to push massive commercial ventures. But it gets even more suspicious. As teenagers, the sisters were dragged into high-level international trade trips at the absolute extra cost to the public purse. They weren't there just to smile for the cameras. They were building up a highly lucrative book of global elite contacts. And what they did next with those powerful connections is what ultimately forced the palace to intervene. Are they hiding evidence of active involvement in their parents' highly questionable business dealings? That is the exact question that pushed the future king to take drastic, unprecedented action against his own family. The future king didn't just ask to see their financial records, he demanded them. Prince William is pushing hard for a completely streamlined, transparent monarchy. He is on a ruthless mission to clean up the royal family's image, and that means every single family member's bank account needs to be beyond reproach. To make this happen, he ordered a full, top-to-bottom ethics review and a complete financial audit of the sisters. This wasn't a polite request, it was an executive order from the man who will one day control their royal destinies. But instead of falling in line, Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie did the unthinkable. They flat out refused him. Why would they risk declaring open war on the future king? The answer from top royal experts is absolutely chilling. They suggest that the sisters are terrified that an audit would expose a web of money that has been channeled directly through their personal bank accounts. We are talking about funds allegedly connected to their parents' highly questionable business dealings over the last few years. If the public ever found out where some of their millions actually came from, the backlash would be completely uncontrollable. But their refusal to cooperate didn't just cause a massive screaming match behind closed doors, it triggered an immediate, brutal punishment from the palace that is designed to erase them from public life forever. The palace didn't just punish the princesses behind closed doors, they are actively erasing them from the public eye. In a move that has absolutely blindsided the royal sisters, they have been banned from attending one of their absolute favorite events of the year, Royal Ascot. For a family that thrives on public appearances and tradition, this is the ultimate public humiliation. They won't be riding in the royal carriage procession, and they won't be standing in the royal box alongside the rest of the family. But it gets even worse. Palace insiders report that a strict directive has been issued directly to the rest of the royal family. No one is allowed to be photographed with Beatrice or Eugenie for the foreseeable future. They are being treated like radioactive outcasts to protect the monarchy from the toxic fallout surrounding their parents. Insiders say the sisters are bitterly disappointed and absolutely furious. They feel like they are being forced to pay the ultimate price for sins they did not commit. They are rapidly losing their coveted charitable organizations and facing a complete freeze-out. With their public roles and reputations practically deleted, a much bigger threat now looms over them. Because losing a party invitation is nothing compared to the devastating blow the future king is planning to strike next. Losing a party invitation is nothing compared to the devastating blow the future king is reportedly planning to strike next. Critics and royal experts are now openly calling for Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie to lose their royal titles entirely. For the sisters, these titles are not just about prestige, they are their entire identities. They open the doors to massive corporate partnerships and high society connections that have kept them wealthy, but the public's patience has officially run out. Recent polls show an overwhelming majority of respondents believe the sisters should have their titles removed because of the ongoing scandal surrounding their family. People are furious that they continue to use their royal status while refusing to be transparent about their financial affairs. The pressure is mounting from the very top. Rumors suggest that when the future king takes the throne, he is prepared to issue fresh letters patent to strip them of their birthrights entirely if they do not comply with the audit. He wants the royal house completely scrubbed of any potential liability before his reign begins. The sisters are now standing at the absolute edge of a cliff. Will they ultimately protect their private financial records, or will they bend the knee to save their royal bloodlines? The sisters' actual careers and personal lives are now taking a massive direct hit. In a shocking turn of events, Princess Eugenie was recently forced to step down as patron from a massive anti-slavery charity. For years, she had built her identity around fighting human trafficking, but the public pressure simply became too much to bear. This wasn't just a random career change, it was a calculated move to stop the charity from facing a massive public relations nightmare. Because when your family's name is actively being dragged through court document dumps, no brand or organization wants to be associated with you. But as the sisters desperately try to find a middle ground to save their reputations, a massive wedge is being driven between them. Palace insiders report that Beatrice and Eugenie are handling this crisis in completely opposite ways. While Eugenie is stepping back and going into hiding to protect her immediate family, Beatrice has made several highly visible public appearances to show loyalty to her father. This lack of a united front is causing massive alarm behind closed doors. They are no longer on the same page, and that makes them incredibly vulnerable to the palace's demands. And that brings us to the ultimate terrifying question that is hanging over the entire monarchy. With their unified defense finally cracking, are they about to surrender to the king, or is the royal family about to face its most explosive public trial yet? The standoff is far from over, and it is a brutal battle of private wealth versus monarchical survival. By refusing to open their books, Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie have drawn a line in the sand against the future king, and the shockwaves are tearing the royal family apart. They are now facing a gut-wrenching choice. They must decide if protecting their family's financial secrets is truly worth losing their royal birthrights, their charities, and their entire public identities. One thing is certain: the world is watching closely, and the consequences of this financial standoff are only beginning to unfold. Which side do you think is in the right? Should the sisters be forced to show their bank accounts to save the monarchy, or do they have a right to their financial privacy? Drop a comment below and let us know your thoughts.